Hush you, I pay attention, Signy said lightly, but her green eyes were brimming with mischief. Gunnhild appreciated that about her. Whether it was stealing oatcakes from the cookhouse or pulling a well-timed prank on the farmhands, Signy was always up for a little fun, whereas Oddny was more likely to sit back from whichever of her chores she was dutifully performing and give them a disapproving look. Oddny wasn't much fun, but at least she never tattled on them. As they entered the longhouse, Gunnhild saw that preparations were well underway for the ritual and feast taking place that evening. Near her father's high seat at the far end of the hall, a small square platform had been raised for the visiting seiress to sit on, so she could look out over the crowd as she revealed their futures. It sat just under the wooden statues of the gods Odin, Thor, and Frey, which loomed beneath the jutting lintel above the entrance to the antechamber where Gunnhild's family slept. Gunnhild had never seen her father's hall looking quite like this, buzzing with activity, the air charged with excitement. The seiress's impending arrival had turned the entire household upside down, and Gunnhild considered herself lucky to have escaped from her spinning in the chaos. A knee-high platform ran the length of the hall on each side, where guests would feast and then sleep. By day, light streamed in through the holes in the roof above the two center hearths. By night, the longhouse would be dim and smoky, lit only by the hearth fires and by the lines of oil braziers hanging from the posts that ran down either side of the hall and divided the seating areas into sections. "Where is our family sitting?" Oddny asked her as they neared the center of the hall. "My mother assigned the seats," Gunnhild said. "We can ask." As if on cue, the woman in question came out of the antechamber, already dressed to welcome the guests in her finest brooches and beads, and with a gauzy linen headscarf knotted at the nape of her neck. Before Gunnhild could so much as speak, her mother was upon them. "What mischief have you been up to, Gunnhild?" Solveig demanded. "Why aren't you spinning with Ulfrun and the others? They're supposed to be keeping you out of the way." "They didn't tell on me," Gunnhild thought with short-lived relief, for the look on her mother's face was nothing short of hostile. Oddny and Signy moved in fractionally closer on either side of Gunnhild, Signy's arm tightening around her friend's back, and even Oddny, a paragon of submitting to parental authority, stiffened as if bracing for an attack. Solveig would never dare strike her daughter in front of guests, but that didn't mean she hadn't done so in private, and both Ketilsdottirs knew this. They had seen the proof more than once. "I heard the horns," Gunnhild said at last, her friend's presence giving her strength, helping her find her voice. "I had to win." "Not this silly game again," Solveig said scathingly, and she echoed the watchman's earlier sentiment. "Aren't you girls a little old for this?" "It's only a game," Gunnhild raised her chin. As she stared her mother down, Oddny and Signy held their ground beside her until their own mother entered the hall. "Hello, Solveig," said Yrsa with forced politeness. "Are my daughters causing trouble already? We've only just arrived." Solveig plastered a look of equally strained courtesy onto her face. "Not so. I only suspect that mine is, as always, up to no good." Yrsa's voice turned cold. "Gunnhild just came down to the dock to escort us to the hall. Why does this offend you?" "I feel compelled to remind you, Yrsa, that you are a guest in my home," Solveig said stiffly. "I don't recall asking for your opinion on the way I choose to deal with my own daughter." Of course. Yrsa's eyes narrowed, but she gave her host an insipid smile. "Before we get settled in, is there anyone in need of my services?"